finally start day 3 off with the unlock of Hydra Scientist, which will let us get to that villains campaign. Now, what you guys haven't seen yet is that I got him on a calendar. And with that out of the way, guys, welcome back for another one. I am Mr. Free to Play. That is right, I'm a free to play player, and I give free to play player advice, tips, tricks, and other things. We are continuing our free to play walkthrough of Marvel Strike Force. This is the last day of the crappy footage where we have jumps and skips and all kinds of stuff. You can see the calendar now right there with the Scientist Supreme. For some reason, the calendar, you actually don't even have to collect it. It automatically gets collected for you as soon as you log in for the day. So I don't know why they make you go through this whole entire thing of collecting it. I guess it's just a way of them letting you know what you got for the day. And the other thing is that I'm falling further and further behind on this series, as where I am so many days into the future right now in this game, and I gotta play catch up. So I'm gonna do a lot more skipping through, only highlighting parts that I need to be highlighted, like just as progression wise. A breakdown of things that I unlock and how to do them is gonna come in a future video, especially when we get to the video footage that no longer skips around. But yeah, I'm gonna try to do everything I can to get caught up as fast as I can, so probably eventually, if not in this episode, multiple days on one episode. I am going to try to keep them at around 10 minutes a piece, somewhere after 10, just so they're easier to consume in bits and parts. And that's pretty much it. So just like you should do every day, you want to go in and start immediately working on your daily objectives. I highly recommend this every morning. It will help you level up as fast as you possibly can and get you to that level 75 as soon as possible. The other shout out I want to make in this series, guys, is that you guys can easily outpace what I am doing here in this series. I'm currently on day 14 in real life on this series, and I'm immediately recognizing I don't have time to play 2 accounts. So I'm already in this danger zone of, am I going to be able to keep this up? I'm going to try to keep it up as long as I can to help walk you guys through as far as I can. But unless something changes, there's no way I'm going to keep up. I mean, this account's going to be super casual. So I'm not going to be able to blitz as much. I'm not going to be able to raid as much. I'm in a casual alliance, so they're not really expecting a ton from me. Yeah, so like I said, you guys can definitely outpace what I'm able to do. You guys should be able to farm up a lot faster. I mean, the only restrictions you guys are going to have, same restrictions I have, is the level cap. But enough of that. Let's see what else I'm doing on day 3. And you guys can see I'm immediately leveling up my villains to start the villains campaign. I'm expecting with only 3 villains, I should be able to get pretty far. I think pretty far. We'll see. Like I said, this is recorded way in the past at this point, 11 days in the past. I have no idea what I did 11 days ago. I'm going to stop saying that, so you guys are just going to have to take that every single time I'm talking, that I do not remember exactly what I did on what day. And it looks like I'm going to be jumping into the Gold Rush Challenge for the first time. Once again, only level 9 is required, no other restrictions. If you have your characters at level 9 or higher, that is the time to jump into it. And I'm above level 18, so I'm going to jump right in and try tier 3 out also. And once again, no problem, 3 stars, getting more and more gold. Now that's where I have to stop on this day because you only get 3 successful attempts, and I've already gotten my 3 successful attempts. Oh, I just realized this is actually a Sunday in game, so yeah, I'm going to run through a lot of these challenges. As I said, I'm probably going to run through all these up until where I can't, so I'm just going to skip all this, and you guys can assume that, hey, if it's under level 22, I'm clearing it. And there you guys see, that was the last challenge I was able to do of the day. I ran through and cleared them all up as far as I possibly could. And you can see I'm capped out. The player level wants me to be at 24. So we'll just farm what we can. And that's pretty much how challenges go, guys. Just keep pushing yourself. You do not lose the attempt if you get defeated. You only lose it once you actually succeed. Whether that's 3 stars, 2 stars, 1 stars, or an auto. Going in, we're farming our Bullseye. Trying to get that Bullseye. And we finally got our Bullseye for our 4th villain. So the 3rd day is the magic number. Like I said, you guys could easily, I should take the word back, easily, but you guys can get Bullseye on the very first day or 2 if you're farming them and get some good luck with drops. But I was able to get them on the 3rd day. Gonna make that villain campaign so much more easier. And we're in the afternoon now. We're gonna drop a milestone orb, and I get my very first taste of Captain Marvel, but I have to wait a little bit longer. I am approaching week 2, so I am suspecting that the calendar that gives you Captain Marvel, gives you 100 shards of Captain Marvel, I am expecting that calendar sometime in my main account, so I should be unlocking Captain Marvel, and she's immediately going to get ranked up, and I'm going to use her. And we are now beginning our villains campaign for the first time. We need to clear 3 of these just for our daily objectives to start farming Wolverine. But yeah, I'm expecting this to be no problem. Let's see how far I can get. I'm up to the 3rd node in the villains campaign. Did not realize that Bullseye is in both campaigns. I suspect he will get replaced sometime in the near future with someone else for one of those nodes. And it looks like instead of continuing on with the villains campaign, I'm choosing just to level up my characters and farm some gear with the rest of my energy. I'm pretty sure I was crunched for time that day, or that I probably would have pushed a little bit further, but either way, you can't lose. I'm just going to be a little bit stronger, and it's eventually going to let me get even further in the villains campaign. So it's not really a lose situation, it's just either or. Also, we reached level 25. At level 25, you unlock Alliance raids, so it's going to jump into that. You definitely want to jump into raids. If you're here in the beginning where you only have this Ultimus 1 launch, just launch another Ultimus 1 if you guys have the raid keys to join. You definitely want them. You're going to get the green mats, and you really want them because they're a little hard to come by, or they feel like they're hard to come by in the very beginning. Eventually, you'll get 1,000,000 of them. And in case you guys don't know, every character node in this game, if you farm them, you also get green ability mats with it also. So as you're farming characters, you're also getting your green farming training mats. You guys will see me farm a lot of characters just for the simple fact of getting those training mats. So another thing I just seen, a bunch of events unlocked like Iron Man and the Taskmaster event. Now I have to be level 28 to start to do the Taskmaster, and even then it's almost barely possible to do anything. So I'm not going to get a whole lot of Taskmaster here to start, but I'm kind of really not playing it for Taskmaster. I'm kind of playing for all the other character shards that can drop to help me farm characters that I'm going to need to help me here in the beginning. Now for the first time, I do jump into raids. Like I said, you guys definitely want to do this as soon as possible. Getting as many raids as possible. And as long as you're not the only person, you should have no problem getting rewards out of this. Later in the day, got some more energy. We're going to continue with the villains campaign. I will let you know where I stop. And you can see we got up to villains 1-6 where Shield Medic is unlocked. Now, you already have Shield Medic, so this would just be to farm more stars on him. I do not highly recommend farming him just to get more stars on him at this point. But if you need to farm him for green ability mats, by all means do so. And now we are up to villains 1-9 where we got our first taste of Hawkeye, who oddly enough is the current Blitz character in the game on the day I'm recording this. Hawkeye's alright. He has a very good ult move that blinds enemies. I'd say he's not really needed for anything or any legendary unlock, but that's not kind of true because you can use him to unlock Iron Man. I just don't recommend going that path to unlock Iron Man. But at all means, you want to unlock characters and get as many characters as you can. It's very important for game modes like Blitz, which I will cover in more detail in a future episode. And now we're up to villains 2-3. We're just continuing this campaign. We got Hydra Sniper. Hydra minions are not that great by themselves. They're really great with Red Skull. Other than that, they're no threat at all. Still, he's only a 15 shard unlock. I'd recommend going after him just to unlock him at that point, but until later in the game, I really wouldn't worry about farming Hydra. Alright, now we clear the way up to villains 2-6, where you're just going to get some, I don't know what the wording is. I know they're ABCs, but I don't know what the, they're basic catalysts. I just don't know what's before them. ABCs is the advanced catalysts, which are the purple ones, but yeah, for some reason they're in some nodes. They're not really needed in the blue that much. Like, you'll get plenty of them. Hopefully one day they just replace them. I don't know why they would need them. I've never had to farm them yet in this account through 14 days, and I don't see where I would anywhere in the near future. Alright, now we're the whole way up to villains 2-9 where Jessica Jones is. You guys are going to see me for the first couple of days not really push defenders. But after like 10 plus days in, I realized that there is no other option. Everyone else makes out like there's some other option out there. There really is no real option. You want to go defenders to start this game. You just need to use them to unlock characters in the Heroes and Nexus campaign that are better, and then drop them like a bad habit. But yeah, you want defenders. They're so available so early. They have synergy. They will do so much great stuff for you. I bought into the hype that you didn't have to go defenders, but like I said, after being in this account for a couple days, I'm not able to make a complete team of anything else. So you pretty much got to go defenders. I don't see another way around it. But you don't want to build them up like I did when I first started playing. You want to get them to unlock the characters you need and then drop them. Which I will point out in this thing, like you guys will see me start going after Jessica Jones. Daredevil's not available yet. Iron Fist not available yet, but you're going to see me go after them when they do become available. Well, when I realize that there is no other way to go but defenders in the beginning. Unless you really want to grind things out. And we're just going to keep on going with the Villains campaign. We're up to Chapter 3, Node 3 with Merc Lieutenant. Not a bad utility character to have. I want him very badly, and I actually will try to farm him over the next couple of days. I still don't have him unlocked here in day 14. He's just not dropping enough. 14 shards is a lot harder to get than 15 shards, obviously, but yeah, he's just not dropping enough for times for me. And I do have a full Villains team here in the current day that I'm on in the game. So it's a shame I wasn't able to actually use him. I still try to farm him daily, not only for the green ability mats, but to hopefully to unlock him. Alright, the one thing you guys don't see me doing in the background is that I've been doing Blitz matchups, and I'm actually going to start opening up some Blitz orbs. And we're going to get a rescue right off the bat. Not a bad character if I can unlock right away. I don't know what synergized team I can put her on, but I'm bound to get. I'm getting more crossbones. But yeah, rescue is a 10% drop rate. She's a 45 shard unlock, so eventually you will unlock her. In my current main account, I have her the whole way up to 7 stars out of the Blitz store. And it looks like we earned ourselves a premium orb, and we're going to crack this one open. Now you guys are going to see me open up all the big orbs all the time. I'm going to show them on camera. You can see I got a pyro there. Still ways away from unlocking him, but you definitely want him that way, not in the war store. Now, when you first unlock war in this game, most likely farming characters is the best way to go for you, as were the unique gear for gear tier 13 and gear tier 14 is not really going to be a high priority for you, so getting characters will be a higher priority. So I highly recommend going after Pyro and Sif right away before you have to switch to needing gear. And if you want, you can farm characters like Carnage and Graviton. I don't fully recommend it right in the beginning, but it does save you from having to make that decision later between war credits and gear. And then later in the evening, looks like I'm just spending my energy to farm some gear to get my character's gear level up. Like I said, it's never a bad option just to halt from progress and do this for your characters. I probably would more recommend it if you're playing hardcore on this to find your cap, like where you 1-star, 2-star something, and then go back and level up. Don't try to push forward after you hit that mark and gear up your characters. Either way, you can't go wrong. And it looks like we earned a little bit more Blitz orbs, so we're going to open another one. And we got an aim monstrosity. 100 shard unlock. He'll be a wow. And I end the night on day 3 trying to beat that level 20 crossbones, and I get totally wiped. Alright guys, that's the end of 3. It looks like I'm going to hit my 10-minute mark on this one. So, for those of you following this series, I'm hoping you're finding it helpful. Do me a favor, hit that like button. And if you haven't done so already, well, you're 6 episodes in, you might as well subscribe. And if you want to know when these episodes go up, hit that notification bell. That way you won't miss a single one. And with that said, I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye.